T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Where's my partner? What's up, man? How are you?
I'm fantastic, man.
So good to see you this morning.
Yeah, hey, I've got one question for
Coming
you.
out with it like that. You're just like busting out with it like right out of the gates. Like that's how you doing it?
Yeah, nope, I'm covering it. I'm covering
You
it.
could be like this all.
Yeah, the whole time. The whole time till we get there. Hey,
Okay.
I've got a question for you.
What you got?
You got it?
I got it.
I got it.
I got it. You can see I
Awesome.
got it, and excited about it too. I'm just like loving my eucalyptus energized mood this morning. I'm in an energized kind of mood.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm using the Purify, and that gives me
Okay.
focus, okay?
So lemony.
Yeah, it's all lemony, and the reason I need focus is because I don't know what you're gonna come at me with.
You know, I saw that coming.
Focus.
I saw you teeing that one up. I saw you doing it. It was just like wide open. It was a totally telegraphed pass. I'm like, and there was nothing I could do about it. I'm like, this is happening.
Hey, you like my Bill Genius head?
Yeah, man. How do you feel? Do you feel smarter?
I do. Yeah, and I've even got my glasses on.
I promise you it's just a feeling, bro. I gotcha.
Oh, no.
You walked
Yeah,
into it, man.
What's that?
You walked right into that one, man.
I did. I walked into it.
I got you back.
All right. Well, we've got, well, hold on a second. Hold on. Before we get started here, we may have some new folks on. So what do we got going every Saturday morning at 8 a.m., Mr. T. Gray?
Well, what we got going on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. is we have this show called Flight School, right? And what happens on Flight School is you get some updates, you get announcements, you stay up to speed with what's going on in the company, you get a training from one of our top diamonds, and today is gonna rock because I cannot wait to hear from Avinash Nagamah from the United Kingdom. Diamond Avi is going to be on here today. And then you also get some poor behavior from Mark. And so I want to apologize for that up front and just let you guys know that just kind of comes along with it. Got to take the good with the bad sometime.
But that's not true. That is not true. You are the one that always behaves badly. So, hey,
always? Such a strong word.
But hold on a second. You, Mr. T. Gray, are the VP of operations for Ibüümerang.
Oh yeah, that too. And you know what? You, my friend, Mr. Mark Kithcart, are the vice president of marketing.
For Ibüümerang, boom.
Yes, and we tried to switch jobs with you this week.
Yeah, didn't work. I said I was going to go home if I had to do that. Yeah. All right. You ready to rock and roll?
Let's do this. Let's do it. I'm just so excited to see all these folks on from everywhere. Hey, first let's welcome our folks on the translation lines. I know we have people on the Spanish translation line, and I know that Blue Diamond, Cesar Munoz, is having a huge event this weekend. Are they in Mexico? They're in Mexico, right?
Yes, they are. Yes,
and I just want to say congratulations to those guys. So excited about it. So jealous about the party going down in Mazatlan. And I hope you guys have an amazing day down there. And for those of you who are on the Spanish translation line with us this morning, good morning. I know we have the French line. What's up, French people? Bonjour. All the beautiful French-speaking people. I'm going to learn French one day. Si vous le souvenez French, I don't know. I was trying to read what somebody wrote in the chat in French. I know we have do we have a Tigrinya line?
Yes, we do.
Tigrinya?
Yes.
Tigrinya translation today. Way to go, you guys. Awesome. That's Martha Ermias's team, Blue Diamond. Love it. Do we have any other lines?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. Because I know sometimes we have I don't know if we have Italian sometimes or
We do.
Polish, but we love that. And then,
Yep.
and then we got all our
we've
good
got
people.
Italian. We've got Italian.
We got Italian?
Yes.
How do you say it? Is it ciao or buongiorno or something like that?
Okay, so ciao means goodbye.
Goodbye. So not ciao. Not ciao.
Yeah. So don't say goodbye yet.
Not ciao.
No.
Ciao, no. Buongiorno?
Sure.
You know?
Yes.
Somebody tell us. How do you say
Bon dia.
bon dia?
There we go.
Bon dia. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, ciao means also, ciao means hello too, Mario says.
Okay. Whew. Man, Mark, you almost got me in trouble.
You can say
All
that,
right.
I think, when you say hello and when you say goodbye, right?
All right.
Okay.
See, that's what English is so complicated. We got all these specific words for everything.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if hello just was hello and goodbye? Like, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, on that note.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's
Well,
roll.
we didn't say good morning. Hey, we got people in all these countries. We got to acknowledge where folks are coming from.
Yeah, we do. We do. Yes. sir.
Pittsburgh and Maryland and Montreal. Good morning.
Toronto. We got Josh from Toronto. We got Sabrina. Oh, okay, now Sabrina, she's not saying where she's from. We got Rock and Robin saying aloha.
Yes.
Yep. Ella from Miami. Ooh,
We got Diane from Bermuda. And I think Ibüümerang has become the official business of Bermuda. Thanks to new diamond Ellen Smith.
Yes. And we got, it's either Jan or Jan from Prague, the Czech Republic. We got Matt from the UK. Yeah.
And we got Shirley Xavier.
Oh,
He's on with us.
Tim's always on. Tim's in from Dallas.
Yes. We have Matapu from Canberra, Australia.
There we go.
That, you know what? That sounds like where the koalas are from.
Yes. For sure. We got Ian from Vancouver.
I love the way you just ignore me. You guys see how he does that? He just like, whatever, T-grade. He just keeps going.
Yeah, just keep going. Yeah.
We got Ginger Harvey from Brooklyn, BK. Love
we got Tim from New Mexico.
And we got Marcus from New Jersey. That's how he wrote it. New Jerz, New Jersey.
All right.
There you go.
Cool.
All right.
Well, let's rock and roll.
Yeah,
Hello,
we
everyone.
a lot of people.
Good morning. All right.
Good morning. Are your people on? Are your teams on? Get your teams on, because you don't want them to wait, because this training is going to come up quick.
Yeah.
Oh, Angela, thank you so much. She said, ciao is hello and goodbye. Okay. And Angela, that first one is buongiorno. Buongiorno. See, I knew it. Angela's been trying to teach me in the office. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate you. You guys know Angela Olivito, the Director of Business Development for Vibe Rides. Thank you so much. All right, cool.
She is awesome. She rides.
All right.
Yes. All right. Good deal. So,
Stop playing around, Mark. Let's get down to business.
Disclaimer. I apologize for everything that T-Gray says. That's my disclaimer.
What? That's the disclaimer? That's not the disclaimer. The disclaimer is that we don't make income guarantees. We don't make income claims. And all of our team members and presenters are such champions. They do such a good job of making sure that they don't lead people to believe that, when they hear big numbers, that's what they're automatically going to make. Because the way Ibüümerang works is you can make what you want to make, as much or as little, based on how much you do, right? So everybody has the ability, the same compensation plan to work with, and the same opportunity to make, to generate income, but everybody's going to do something different. So everybody's going to make something different. So some are going to do a lot and make a lot. Some are going to do nothing and make nada. It's all up to you. That's the disclaimer.
Awesome. Good deal.
See? I was a good boy today.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Diamond. All right. So we're Go Diamond Cancun. Oh my gosh. We have been talking about this week. We have been talking about Go Diamond and what is planned for Go Diamond. And what we have planned for Go Diamond, I can't tell you, but it's going to be awesome. So
Hey, listen. Hey, Mark, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What happened the last time we sat down with Mr. Bugs and Mr. Haynes and the team, and we said, hey, we got an event coming up. How do we make it special? What happened the last time we did that?
Oh, all kinds of stuff happened. Like stuff got changed and new stuff came in, and yeah.
Vision 2020 happened, right? And it was just like so freaking amazing. And guess what, guys? We had that meeting yesterday at Ibüümerang headquarters with Mr. Bugs. And the lead-in question was, hey guys, how do we make Go Diamond super special? And I'm just going to tell you right now, we are in the kitchen stirring up the pot of specialness for Go Diamond. So I'm just going to tell you, you want to be there, you want to be there, you want to be there.
All right. So, and Chris, the listener says, I can't wait. She's so ready. So
Mark, you are like, so like, I'm not in the mood for T. Gray's mess this morning.
No, that is not true. That is not true. I'm definitely on board with everything you're saying. But you know what? Before yesterday, I was on with Mrs. Bugs talking about Go Diamond Cancun. And there was a whole team of us on there as well. And so she's got some special stuff planned as well for Go Diamond. And you know, when Mrs. Bug touches anything, it turns out amazing. So guys, if you don't have there's still some room. I think we are almost full, but I think there's a couple of different rooms left. And just go to godiamondcancun.com, take a look at what's available, and you know, again, it's almost full, and you know, we really don't need to promote it much anymore, but if you want to go, there's still room available. Yeah.
Dude, you said Mrs. Bugs is involved.
Yes.
And I'm just going to tell everybody that Go Diamond just got specialer. Just
For sure.
like I didn't know that, but I should have known that. But I'm just going to tell you, she's got the Midas touch, people. It's going to be one of those things with that. There's going to be two types of people: folks that were there and folks that wish they was there.
Yeah. Nina Lee says it best. Go Diamond about to be off the chain. Yes.
Yes, Nina, off the cheesy.
All right.
So
Okay.
cheesy.
We can show our shirts. Yay. Here it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah!
Nice.
The boom.
Yeah, there we go. So we've got this limited edition shirt. Yeah, that you can get right now. And that's funny. So yeah, Halloween shirts. Yes, Halloween shirts for sure. And you can get this shirt at boomgear.com. Boomgear.com. So go ahead. Yeah, for sure, Siobhan. T. Gray is lit this morning. Yes, T. Gray is lit. So you can get this shirt. These are cool.
These shirts are so amazing. So we got, obviously, these are the Halloween shirts that we introduced last year. They are fun. They are amazing. I had to go and fish mine out. Actually, I slept in it last week, so it was a little wrinkly. But this is like one of my favorite shirts that we've ever produced. And guess what? They are back on sale just in time for you to get yours for the upcoming Halloween holiday. And whether you celebrate it or not, it's kind of a fun shirt. So definitely grab one.
Cool. And you know, there's other gear too, you know, so if you get over to boomgear.com, go ahead, take a look around. There's all kinds of new stuff. So if you haven't gone, look at you.
I told you it was a little wrinkly, so I just put it on for the promo.
Okay. Oh, that's funny. You dressed in layers. That was
Layers
your
and layers.
That's your third layer.
I
right?
got no more layers.
You got no more layers. Okay. All right.
After this is the Ibüümerang year I was born in.
Okay. There you go. The Ibüümerang year you're born in. All right. But get over to boomgear.com. All kinds of new stuff. There's some new lady stuff. There's some new men's stuff. There are polos. There are hats. There are journal. And
What I found in my office, I don't know if they, Tunde, did you ever release this?
Oh,
I don't even remember that if he ever released this one, Super Bling ladies cap.
yeah. Yep. Yeah, you know, that's right. The orange polo. Yeah. This is the perfect time for the orange polo.
Perfect time for the orange polo. Tune, you out there, bro?
Yeah.
Orange polo, everything orange. Let's rock it.
All right. Cool. Okay. Replay. Okay. Today is definitely the last day. No more extensions. So all access and premium have access for Vision 2020 throughout the end of today. So if you're going to watch it, you got to watch it now. So I think some people are probably going to be binge watching Vision 2020 all day long, like they binge watch Netflix. But with this, you're going to get fed. You're going to get some good stuff from all the diamonds.
Yes.
And so it's going to be awesome. So guys, go ahead, wrap it up. Today's your last day. And, eventually it may come back around again, but not right now. So go ahead and binge watch today.
Hey, you know what? I love the feedback we get from our Ibüümerang family. And I just want to say this, Tunde, if you're out there, here are the requests from the field. It's hoodie season. So please bring back the pullover hoodies, and everybody wants everything orange.
Yeah. So now here's the thing though, not in Australia, not in New Zealand. It's coming into summer down there.
That's right.
That's right. So we've got to have an assortment. Got to have an assortment. You know? Okay. All right.
You're right. All right. Cool.
All right. Good deal. Okay. Replay extended tonight. That's it. Okay. So have you guys seen what we've got behind us?
Yes.
All of the new, let's see here. Let's choose. I'm going to choose some different backgrounds here. We've got a whole bunch of new backgrounds that you guys can use. Look at all of these.
They are all so cool.
Look at all these. So go ahead and go to iboomhub.com, and get your new backgrounds. It's in downloads. So it's under resources and then downloads. Okay. And not only that, what else do we have for the people, T. Gray?
What else do we have for the people? Behind door number 2, we've got, missed opportunity here. I'm not ready.
No, me neither. I have to clear some stuff. Look at that.
I'm so not ready. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
I didn't realize. Wow.
Yeah, dude. Why do you not have your fucking background?
I'm behind the class.
All right. Okay. So while P. Gray is
my
trying
homework.
we will move on. All right. So there you go. So iboomhub.com/downloads, or you can get to it through the main menu, through resources and downloads. And go ahead and download some of this fun stuff.
I'm doing it right now, so I'll tell you if it works.
All right. Cool deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. We got the BÜM Foundation. Now, so here's what the BÜM Foundation is. This is a 501c3 that we've teamed up with and created, actually. Ibüümerang created this 501c3. It's a nonprofit. And what they do is they have partnered with 2 other organizations that are also nonprofits, that are able to distribute food around the world for children in need. Okay, so we've partnered with them, and every time you give Facebook stars, okay, Facebook stars, a serving, it's not one-to-one, but I don't know what it is, but it is servings of nutrition go to children. Servings of nutrition go to children, and it's so cool because you guys have raised through the beginning of the program, the STARS program, which was late April, 243,255 servings of nutrition for children around the world. This is incredible. And there's other ways to do it too. So you can go into your back office, and every time you activate a boomerang, that will also deliver 1 serving of nutrition. And every time there's a product sold. So bottom line is there's lots of ways to donate to the BÜM Foundation. All right, so Facebook stars through Vibe Rides. So Marcus Lewis is the big one here with 300 stars. So that's incredible. We've got Tamara, Charles, Teresa, and Sylvie also that have given stars to the Vibe Rides Facebook channel. Okay, Vibe Rides Facebook page. And this is during lives. Okay, so right now you can donate stars. Okay, so look, Massey Mars just donated 50 stars. Gwen just donated 100 stars. So you can do that. Now also with Ibüümerang, here we go. Again, Marcus Lewis, look at this. He's #1 on both channels in both Facebook pages. And then we've got Gwen, Tawana, Laura, and Joe as well. So those 5 individuals just over this last week raised over 10,000 stars. So, and again, a big shout out to Marcus. Okay, he's from New Jersey. He's one of our graduates, and he's wearing his hoodie there, his Vibe Rides hoodie, and love
Marcus.
It. Yes, yes.
And you know what? And Marcus brings a lot of energy to all of our broadcasts too. So we just love it, and we just love that from all of you guys. I mean, you guys are out there. We can give some shout outs to Vita and Chrissy and Dr. Latrice and Tim Lambert, you know, all you guys out there who just give us so much energy and support the broadcast. And we just want to encourage everybody, as you build your teams, definitely get your folks on. Got D-Lo down in the valley with all of her kids. This is their Sunday morning show. Love it. So absolutely. And then Mark, guess what? It worked. Matching backgrounds.
Nice.
I'm all matchy over here.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, yeah, there we go. So, and then, you know, the one thing I do want to say, and just, you know, if you're new to Ibüümerang, what does it really mean to be a part of Ibüümerang? The whole company was founded on the philosophy of giving back. Okay, giving without expecting anything in return. So karmically in your life, if you give without expecting anything in return, it will come back. It will come back. So, and the BÜM Foundation was also built, and it's foundationally solid on that premise of giving without expecting anything in return. And with children, they can't give anything back except for love, right? So
yes.
I really appreciate the fact that, you know, our CEO and our lady CEO have both had that principle in their lives and that philosophy in their lives way before Ibüümerang, and they have built a company around that core philosophy. So thank you so much, because without that, you know, in the world, you know, it's just, love doesn't happen, right? Okay. All right.
All righty.
The Fallen CEO Cash promo. This is a good one, man.
This is so exciting.
It is. So
you guys get it? Fall into cash, because it's like fall, autumn, fall into. Got it? Okay.
Maybe they got it. All right. All right. Well, U+2, what is it? So you help You get a new ambassador and you help them get their two at coach or higher, and you get either a $50 or $100 bonus. So if any one of the three, so you get your new ambassador, you help them get there too. So that's 3 new people. If any one of them is a first class ambassador, you get $100. If they're all coach in business, you get a $50 bonus. So go out there, get those, just go for the first class, just get that $100 and make it happen. All right, you plus 2. It is a part of this promo.
First class is where it's at. Rank advancement rewards. This is the one. It gets everybody going. I just love it. I love it. I love it. So rank advancement rewards are for anybody who advances rank during the month of October. You asked for it. You got it. Fall into some extra cash, people. How? Go director, $200. Senior director, $400. Executive director, $600. Sapphire, $1,000. Ruby, $2,000. Emerald, $3,000. Diamond, $5,000. Blue diamond, $10,000. Black diamond, you get a luxury timepiece. And I can say it again, not a Fitbit, but a luxury timepiece. And I'll tell you what, guys, here's how it works. You get the highest bonus that you qualify for. So if you go Sapphire, you get the $1,000 bonus. You guys get how that works. So I want to encourage you guys this early in the month. It's the 10th of the month. We're about to enter the blue zone, right?
Yes.
About to enter the blue zone. It's time to get going, folks. If some of you, took a little break at the beginning of the month, not really a good idea, but you can't do anything about it now. So here's what we do. We get after it right now, starting today. Promise you, you have an incredible month. For the people who went after it in September are about to get some really nice pay on the 20th. And I got to tell you what, you guys have a chance to put 2 months back to back on that. And some of you guys who are new have a chance to get in on that action. So rank advancement rewards are where it's at. Come on, climb the ranks this month, people. We are cheering for you at corporate.
Right on. Okay, let's do this.
Yes.
All right. So
we're going to celebrate you too, all month long.
Yeah, we've got a new go-getter bonus.
I love you guys for this. You got together with the GMA and put these together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You guys did such a good job with this.
And so you sponsor 5, you get $250. You sponsor 10, and you get $1,000. Okay. Sponsor 20, you get $2,000. Sponsor 30, get $5,000. And these have to be all at the Coach Pack or higher and no upgrades. But this right here is incredible. So if that person that sponsors 30, and people have done it, people have done that in the month. So bottom line is get out there, get sponsoring, and get yourself into the go-getter bonus. All right.
Yes. All right. Let's talk a little business. People want to talk about these subscriptions. First of all, I just want to say, Ibüümerang family, you guys are so awesome because, we're truly a family, and we went through, kind of a tough period together in August while we had to get some payment processing things updated and the enrollment system updated. And you guys know we did not run August subscriptions in August, and that has a little bit of a domino effect. So we, and by the way, let me share. So we completed August. August is all done. We got that all wrapped up. And now we are moving into September, okay? So we actually ran, and so we didn't run the September subscriptions in September. We actually ran them in October by the time we got all things set up. So you guys know that. We ran them on October 4 and 5. That's how we were able to get all of those September subscriptions run on those 2 days. We were originally going to give you guys 2 days to get everything cleaned up, right? To reach out to the folks on your team whose subscriptions didn't run because maybe they didn't know, they're not hearing the announcements, maybe they weren't on Flight School, so they just didn't know, right? So we gave you we were going to give you the 8th and the 9th to clean it up. But since we got it done early, you've actually had from the 6th. And we've been publishing announcements and letting everybody know. We let you know on Top Gun Spotlight. We've been dropping it in Facebook and our Facebook chat. We've been putting it in our WhatsApp chats with the leaders for the leaders to then turn around and share with their teams. And so actually you've had the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and yesterday, our Global Master Ambassador, Edwin Haynes, who always champions the needs of the field, said, please, can we give them another day? So we gave you guys today also. So you have until midnight US Central Time today for yourself and for your team members to get their September subscriptions done if they didn't go when we did the automated run. Now, how do you know if they didn't go? Okay. In your back office, now I want everybody to listen real close, okay? Because we're getting questions over and over again that we've answered, and we want you guys to listen, and we want you to pass the information on, okay? So how do you know if your September subscription has run? Well, first of all, if you purchased the $4.99 Zents Show Special promo pack during the month of September, while that promo pack was alive, that covered your September subscription. So you're good, and you don't have anything to worry about, okay? Another question I want to answer is, what if I purchase multiple $4.99 packs? You only get one free subscription, okay? So that's going to be September, okay? Now, outside of that, we took all the people who did not buy the $4.99 pack, and we ran their subscription on October 4 and 5 for September. Where will you see that credited? Look in your back office. Click on reports. Click on invoices. And if you see one dated 9/30 for $99.95 or $49.95, whichever one your subscription is, you're good. Matter of fact, you can click on that invoice and open it. And if it says 9/30 as the date, and it says monthly subscription, you are good for September, okay? Here's a way to know that you're not good for September. That's not there in your back office, okay? There was no debit from your e-wallet that says monthly subscription September, okay? And if you click on subscriptions and you see the picture on the screen where it says status and you have a reactivate September link, you are not good for September. And guess what you need to do if you want to be good for September? You need to click the reactivate September link and square up your subscription, okay? Some people have clicked the other link, and then they wonder why they're still not good for September. I'll tell you why. Because the Reactivate September link is designed for you to click that link, do your subscription, and it automatically credits for September. If you click the other one, it's in October, man, okay? So that's what we wanna make sure that everybody has a chance to do. Now, we did something to the details tool at the bottom of your dashboard, just so that if you have a team, you can see who did their subscription or not. So in that particular case, you go to your back office, you're on the dashboard, you scroll to the bottom, and you see a little pie for subscriptions, and there's a little button there that says details. If you click on that, you'll see everyone on your team that has a September subscription. We fixed it. We put some duct tape and some chewing gum on it so that it would still show September instead of October. Okay. Now, it's not going to show your entire team. It's only going to show people on your team who bought something, anything in July. And then it's going to show, and of course, any new people from September as well. And it's going to show who's got a September subscription or not. And by the way, if you had new people, if you joined during the month of September, you don't need a September subscription because that's your first month. You're enrolled, so you're good until we do October, all right? So I'm taking my time on this because I want to make sure that in these last hours, you guys have an opportunity to go ahead and to do that. All right. Now, again, see, this is what I'm talking about. We've got people asking a question that I answered maybe about 3 minutes ago. If you did the September $4.99 show special, you're good for September. You don't have to ask. Remember, that package included your September subscription. You're good. We know it. We have a record of it. You're good. When we pay September commissions on the 20th of this month, which will be on time, you are good. All right. So, and again, someone asked the question in the Zoom chat, if you purchase the September promo. So one of the things I want to challenge you guys on is your business owners, your CEOs, every last one of you, you gotta listen. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. Okay. So that is what we want you to know. So now, then with that said, let's talk about October. Okay. We're going to go to October now. And for those of you who heard what we said and who understood clearly, answer the questions for the people who are asking in the chat. Let them help your family members, your Ibüümerang team members with the right information. Okay, let's go to October. You guys ready? Okay, now we have not run October subscriptions yet. Why? Because we ran August at the end of September. We gave a few extra days in between so that you could get your household bills paid. Then we ran the September subscription. And by the way, some of your team members were still surprised at that, even though we sent out emails and we talked about it and that's why it's very important as you build your team that you create ways to communicate with your team. I remember when Mark and I first met Holton Bugs and Edwin Haynes, and we were building teams, they taught us to create those mechanisms within our groups. And so anytime the company made an announcement, literally within 30 minutes, our whole team could know about it, because we would tell our leaders, we text our leaders would text their teams, and literally 30 minutes, you could have a team of 10,000 people, everybody would know, right? And so you want to make sure that you're doing that with your team so that people are not being surprised by announcements. Don't let information stop with you. Your job as a leader, and you heard Mr. Haynes train on this, is to provide and to protect. And so one thing you have to do is provide information to your team. So when you get information, you pass it on, okay? So October.
I do
yes,
have
sir?
a comment. So all of these trainings are recorded, okay? They're recorded on Facebook and they're on YouTube. And the YouTube video gets up typically over the weekend. So if somebody is asking you, you can send them to one of the two places, you know, if somebody asks. So, or what you can do is you can be proactive and you can send the replay of everything that T. Gray is saying right now to anybody on your team. Okay. So again, you know, it's really cool that some of you have ways of communicating. Some of you have Facebook groups. You know, I know that Blue Diamonds, Peter and Karen Hirsch, everything that happens, every post we do ends up in their Facebook group. So if you guys don't have something like that set up, think about doing that, and even WhatsApp groups as well. All right, cool.
Mark, I'm serious. I'm so glad you jumped in and said that, because the tools today are better than the tools we had before, right? So you have WhatsApp groups, you have Telegram, right? And by the way, Telegram is great because the people who join your Telegram group late still have access to the older messages. And then you have Facebook groups, which are so powerful. And if you subscribe to a Facebook group and you turn on your notifications, you know, you don't have to miss anything. So folks, there's so much out there. Figure out what you're going to use for your team, but just make a way, starting from today, that your people get the information. And as we go through this, you'll kind of understand a little bit more why. So I've had up on the screen now for a while our October subscription plan, right? We ran August subscriptions late, which caused us to run September subscriptions late. And now we're going to run October subscriptions late. And then after that, we'll be on schedule. But we're going to run October subscriptions in October, which is great. And we're going to run them between the 20th and the 25th. Okay. And then you're going to have 4 days, 26, 27, 28, 29. You have to have 5 days to get your team all caught up. Anybody whose subscription doesn't run when we run them, you'll be able to help them run their own subscription. And by the way, you can catch a trend, right? We had an August reactivate button. We had a September reactivate button. And guess what? You'll be able to specifically reactivate October. And that way we'll be able to pay commissions on time on the 20th. So the big question we're getting is, why don't we, why is it that some people are not showing active, even though they just paid their September subscription? Here's why. Because your September subscription was credited to September. That volume, even though the transaction happened in October, the volume happened in September. Okay. So since we have not run October subscriptions yet, sorry, you don't, unless you have some other type of purchase, you're not active for the month of October, but that's okay, because we're about to run October subscriptions. Okay. And if you did have a September subscription or you joined in September, we're going to make sure that you're not negatively impacted by not being active in October before we run subscriptions. Okay. We always take care of the people. So, and by the way, that's a communication that we put out as well. And clearly that didn't get to everybody. So we want to make sure that leaders and team leaders and all that, make sure you're passing the information through. Now, one person actually chatted and said, don't over communicate so that the messages don't get drowned out. I want to just talk a little bit about that. And this is a philosophy. All the communication that we're doing is a philosophy that's coming from our incredible CEO, who's really not just visionary, but is also very astute when it comes to people. And he and I had a conversation. He said, Tigray, I want you to over communicate. I want you to communicate like Mayor Cuomo did, Governor Cuomo did in New York, right? During the whole pandemic. If you watched TV every day during the beginning of the pandemic, he was on there giving the update as to what was going on in New York. Even if there was no news from the day before, he'd get on and he'd say, hey guys, here's the update. There's nothing new. This is still the situation. This is still where we are. We're waiting on this equipment. We're waiting on this help from the government. We have this many cases, blah, blah, blah. And the communication became expected. And we have this IT principle at Ibüümerang: integrity and transparency. We're not going to ever keep anything from you, right? So we're going to also always be transparent. We're going to always let you know what's going on, good, bad, or ugly, because we're a family, and that's how family does each other. So we have two responsibilities. Our responsibility is to communicate. Your responsibility is to make sure that you are absorbing the communication, that you're not ignoring the communication, right? So that's the way the relationship needs to work. When you see an email in your inbox from Ibüümerang, open it, right? Take a look and see what it is. Don't ignore it. I know you got 1,000 emails from 1,000 different places. Do something. Put Ibüümerang in your VIPs in your email so that it comes to the top, or it's in a special inbox or whatever. Make sure you're listening to our communication, because when you saw those rings that we handed out in Vision, right? Those rings were earned by people who earned significant amounts of income because of the work that they did. Some of them earned a $250,000 ring. Some earned $1 million ring. Some earned a $500,000 ring. Those rings are not earned by people who don't know what's going on, right? If you want to have a $250,000 business, or a $500,000 business, or $1 million plus business, you have to take it upon yourself to be a plugged in person, right? A plugged in builder. Here in my office, I've got all these lights for Flight School, but during the week, they're not plugged in, so they are not shining. They can only shine when they're plugged in. You can only shine when you're plugged in. So make sure you're getting the information, you know what's going on, so you can have an educated team, because an educated team is a productive team, because they're not confused. Why? Because confused people don't do anything. So that's one to grow on. I'm off my soapbox. I just want to make sure everybody gets their subscription in who wants to, so that we can rock and roll. And November is here. November is right around the corner, and everything is normal schedule starting November. All right, Mark, please come back, bro. I miss you, man.
Ooh, that was good. That was good stuff. All right. So let's do this. All right, let me do. Ooh. Okay. Oh, go back. Okay. You guys are still dropping those bills in with Bill Genius. And just last week, it was, gosh, what was it on Tuesday? On Tuesday, it was, I think, 196,000. Okay. We're over $211,000 in saved money for you guys. So this is incredible because, you know, you guys keep submitting your bills. And I still have some bills to submit. You know, there's one bill that I haven't submitted yet. That is my pest control bill. So I've got to get that one in. So I'm going to get that one in right after this call. And I'm sure that they're going to be able to save me some money. Right on. So guys, keep putting in your bills. And the other thing too is you can send out boomerangs to customers. So keep sending out those boomerangs to customers for Bill Genius. All right, good deal. Okay, Zents. Okay.
Mark, I got to answer a question for the folks. One of the questions being asked is, okay, what if I show active, but I can't access my iGo and my iDecide and all that stuff? And I just want to let you guys know that's because you might be active because you made a product purchase. Maybe you purchased some Zents or some boomerangs or an upgrade, and that gave you the CV and the QV to be active, but you still haven't paid your technology subscription. All right. Remember, it's that monthly technology subscription that makes that iGo and iDecide active. So if you did September, it should be on. But if you're showing it active for October because we haven't run a subscription, it's probably not on. And that will all be resolved once we run the October subscriptions.
Cool deal. All right. Are you a Zents champion?
I am.
There are a ton of people that are. I know.
Oh, you weren't asking me.
No. I was asking the people. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, no, you're a Zents champion.
I am.
That's a given, man. So if you have achieved a new rank, leveraging Zents, what you'll want to do is go ahead and send an email to marketing@iboomerang.com, marketing@iboomerang.com, and we're going to put you up on our Zents Champions page on iBoom Hub. So guys, send that information in, and we've got a ton of new people that are breaking ranks. So hold on a second though. So, you know, T. Gray, you said, hey, some of the people have taken a little bit of a break. No, there are people that are breaking ranks already. We've got Havoc in Chile that has gone Sapphire already this month. So Sapphire's done. So she might be able to get to Ruby, to Emerald, maybe even to Diamond. So
bro, Sapphire was done for her on the 9th.
That's right. That is right. So this is good, man. People are rocking and rolling. So I do want to show some Zents qualifiers. We've got, so take this one, T. Gray. We'll go back and forth.
No problem. We got Carly Gwynn. Congratulations, yes. Carly. Sapphire in qualification. And all you do is win no matter what.
That was good. That was really good, man. So
I'm on to my next iBoomerang drink. That's why.
So what does Sapphire in qualification mean? It means you are in qualification until we are able to check and make sure that you've met all the requirements for Sapphire. And we'll know that by the 15th of the month. And then we'll let everybody know by the 20th that you are locked in at Sapphire. Okay. Chrissy DeLisser, this is one that makes me smile from ear to ear. So Chrissy, congratulations to you out of New York City. Right on. Okay.
Deirdre Bass, way to go, Deirdre. Sapphire in qualification. I know Deirdre, I've seen her at our events. I'm so proud of you, way to go.
Franco and Monica Degatti. Congratulations on Sapphire.
Yes. Laura Johnson, congratulations, Sapphire in qualification. You're doing it.
Ramona Leon. So Sapphire in qualification, and she is rocking and rolling. Love it.
Tim and Pataka Mapusua. Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. I wonder where they are. Are you guys in Australia or New Zealand? The name sounds Australia or New Zealandy.
Yeah.
Or even Tonga, maybe.
You did a really good job on that too, on that pronunciation. Right on.
I'm hooked on phonics, baby.
No. Okay, Vivian Head. Great job, Vivian. Nice work.
Latrice Legendary. What's up, Dr. Latrice? Congratulations on achieving Ruby in qualification. Definitely a legendary climb up the ranks.
All right, Emerald in qualification. It couldn't happen to two better people, Clark Nathan and Neens Tupu. Congratulations to you guys. I know you guys are from down under over there, and it is awesome. Well, I think it's actually New Zealand. So, but congratulations to you guys. You guys have been staying consistent and working hard. And the final one, T. Gray.
T, Lady T, Tawana Huston, way to go. Atlanta in the house. Emerald in qualification. The march to diamond continues. Way to go, Tawana. Super crazy proud of you. Corporate is cheering for you. Let's go. Let's do this thing.
All right. We cheer for everybody, but man,
we do.
She's got a special place in our hearts because she's on every freaking call, man. She is on every call.
Yes. And you know what? Here's what I really just admire about Tawana. You can't give her too much, right? And what I mean by that is, it's like if you give a kid 5 Christmas presents. I mean, I remember we did that with my son when he was younger. Here's what happens. They only play with 1, right? And so some folks haven't figured out yet how to do Zents and Build Genius and iGo and Vibe. But not Tawana. She is rocking them all. She is building her business, with all of the different verticals that are part of the PRIB. And I love watching her do it. I love the way that she figures out how to make a space for each one in her business.
Yes. Perfect. All right. So if you do know someone on your team who has hit a rank with this, go ahead and send an email to us at marketing@iboomerang.com. We will feature you not only on iBoom Hub, but we'll also feature you on our social media channels. So rock and roll, guys. Good stuff. Keep it going. Keep the momentum going. Again, Paula Pavic out of Chile has already hit Sapphire. So,
and I just got news that Tawana has joined our corporate presentation team too. So she's going to be in that P10K lineup.
Excellent. So somebody else who is part of the corporate presentation team, Mr. Avinash, Nagamah. This is awesome. I have been waiting. I saw that he was going to be training this Saturday, and I was like, man, this dude is such a good trainer, Mr. Avinash Nagamah, and he is a diamond out of the United Kingdom.
So excited about that. Hey, Diamond Avi, please turn on your camera, take yourself off mute, come on here and join us. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to say, man, I was just so excited to meet him at the party at Mr. Bug's house when we were launching Ibüümerang, when it was still Countdown for Freedom. Came all the way over from England to be a part of that. And he's been one of our champions and one of our, just strong Ibüümerang champions from day one, and went diamond very, very fast, right? Like I think it was the first month or second month or something like that. So Avi, and he's got the background.
All right, Mark, T-Gray, thank you very, very much. Wow, what a call. And you know what? This is just to give you a hint of what I'm wearing. I I did plan I was going to wear the eucalyptus. And then knowing that, as usual, every Saturday, Mark and T. Gray is going to bring the fire, I knew they will fire me enough that I don't need more energy. I needed something to relax me down. So T. Gray, Mark, thank you very, very much for everything you do and for having me on this call.
Awesome, sir. Have a great training.
Super, super. Thank you very much. Well, guys, as I said, I think we sometimes underestimate, and I'm talking from my experience of this industry, of the value that Mark and T. Gray brings onto Flight School. And along with Mark and T. Gray and the corporate, Mr. and Mrs. Bugs, our GMA, Mr. Edwin Haynes, and everything they do, let's go and show some love in the chat. Let's put in a 5, let's put in a 7, and let's go and tag everyone of your team who's not on this call. Let's go and show them some love, because I know it for a fact that every Saturday, even though I also run other businesses, and I do miss Flight School sometimes, but the minute I finish with my business, I watch the replay. Flight School is like breakfast. It's like lunch. It's like dinner. You cannot miss it. And it's one thing you can't be on a diet for. You cannot be on a diet for Flight School. It's a must. So T. Gray, Mark, thank you very, very much for all the value that you provide. My name is Avinash Nagamah, Diamond Ambassador with Ibüümerang. And I want to start by sharing a little bit about my journey. Right? I want to share a bit about my journey, because I know many of you here, many of you on this call are probably going to be able to relate to a part of that. Many of you right now, you feel a bit stuck. You feel like, you need that next step to happen for you, but something is stopping you. Something is stopping you. And I've been there. I understand. I've been there so many times. So I'm born and raised in Mauritius. For any of you who don't know, a small tropical island of 1.3 million population in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Brilliant country, fantastic beaches. But you know what? Progression is quite limited. And at a very young age, my parents taught me that, hey, if you want to make it in life, you're going to have to study. And you're going to have to study hard and harder and harder and harder. And I went and did that. And at the age of 18, funny enough, 2 days ago was 20 years since I arrived in London, United Kingdom for the first time. And I chose London because I heard in Europe, in UK, London, people make money. It's easy. And I came to London to pursue my education. And I thought it was going to be easy. You see, I come from very humble beginnings, from very modest background. And I had to work throughout university, 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, just to make ends meet, just to pay my fees. Because my parents did everything they could just to get me here with a little bit of lump sum of money in my pocket. And the first few years of university, working 2-3 jobs and going to uni was very tough. Very, very tough. And I could have given up. I could have given up at so many different stages of life, but I chose not to, because I wanted to be part of the solution, not the problem. And something we're going to cover today. Now, after uni, I did everything my parents told me for 2.5 years. I still couldn't find the job that I studied for. 2.5 years after I finished uni, I was still living the life of a student. What I mean, I was working a part-time here, a part-time there, 2 jobs, 3 jobs at the same time, juggling just to pay the bills. And then I found my dream job. Well, I thought I found my dream job in 2006, when it was a brilliant job, brilliant position, fantastic pay. And I was doing really well. 6 years later in 2012, I went back to Mauritius to get married. And the company allowed me to accrue my holidays and take a longer leave of absence. And when I came back to the biggest surprise, the best wedding gift ever. See, the company asked me that I needed to train 2 people in my team so they can take care of my responsibilities during my absence. And upon my return, my best gift, wedding gift, was the fact that the company did a corporate restructure. And the position of regional manager that I held did not exist anymore. And they created 2 assistant regional manager positions, employed the 2 people that I trained from my team, and I was made redundant because the 2 people of my team combined in an assistant position was going to cost the company less money. And I said that was the best wedding gift, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here today. If it wasn't for that, I would still be in a job. And that's when I realized that my parents were not wrong. When they were telling me about going to study and study and study and then get a job and move up the ladder, they were preparing me for a world that existed at that time. But by the time I finished my education and I came into the market of jobs, and the world, the real world, had evolved so much that the world that they prepared me for didn't exist anymore. And I knew change had to happen. Change had to happen. You see, I could have sat there and sulk about it, cry about it, maybe even pack my bags, go back to Mauritius with a new bride. But I didn't. I did not, because I knew I was meant for better and bigger things. And that's not just me, that's you. You see, I have a belief that whatever you dream of having in life, whatever increase you want in life, you've been given the power to think of it, to dream of it, because inside of you, you already have what it takes. And I had that belief in 2012. And I went with literally my last money. I set up a small company providing waiters and waitresses to companies in the UK. And that started growing, and I started my second company, and I went on and went on. And over the next 4 years from 2012, I find myself managing multiple businesses. But now here came the second obstacle challenge for me. 2014, we had our son. 2016, we had our daughter. And I realized I was never there for them. We were doing great in business, but I was at the office 80 hours, 100 hours a week. I was missing out on my family. And the first thing I know about parenting is to try and spend as much time as possible with your children, to teach them, to be there, to show them the love. But I wasn't doing that. And like many of you on this call, I had always been anti-network marketing. Every time someone would talk to me about a network marketing opportunity, I will run in the opposite direction. I would think it's one of those things. But 2016, because of change in my circumstances, it allowed me to be more open. And for the first time, I was willing to listen to a presentation of a network marketing company. And I joined that company in February 2016. And for the first 4.5 months, the results I had was simply incredible. Incredible. In 4.5 months, I had already signed up 0 people. Absolutely 0. You see, so for those of you who are here today, you're new on this call, and you may be having certain challenges, or you feel maybe it's not working yet for you. It's because it's us who's doing something wrong. We're not focusing on the right thing. We're not focusing on the solution. You see, I was one of those who would say, oh man, the back office was down yesterday for like 1 minute and 38 seconds. I know exactly how long it was because I was so focused. Although I decided to become more open-minded and join the industry of network marketing, I was still focused on my old self, on my old mindset. And you know, we have this, I talk about self-talk. We talk to ourselves a lot, don't we? You know, when you talk, when you're alone, you're thinking of what you want in life, what increase you want in life, what you want to change in life. How do you want to expand your business? How do you want to recruit 10 people? How do you want to get 50 customers? We talk to ourselves. But you see, there's two versions of ourselves that we talk to. There's two versions. There's one here on your right shoulder, and there's one here on your left shoulder. And that is where I learned that, you know what, if you talk to yourself and understand which shoulder to listen to, then everything you've ever wanted, everything you've ever wished for, everything you've ever dreamt is achievable. Everything. You see, when you have an excuse, when you have something to do and you say, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow, it's your left shoulder. It's your left shoulder. When you want to do something, or you're ready to run with this company, and then you say, man, you know, their back office wasn't working yesterday. And you know, their payments, I was trying to sign someone up and the payment didn't go through. You see, your left shoulder, that little man on your left shoulder, is always focused on the negativity. Is always focused on pulling you away from what you really desire. It's making you doubt. It's making you doubt whether you can do it. And you start saying things like, I don't think it's for me. I don't know if I have the time. I don't know if I have the time. I mean, if your bank called you today and said, listen, Mr. and Mrs. X, we've just done a raffle draw and you're the winner. You're the winner of X amount, $5,000, $10,000 that we're going to pay you every single month. But here's the deal. You have to come to the bank every single day. And that journey to the bank will take you 2 hours every single day. You would find the time. Why? Because it's guaranteed, supposedly guaranteed. That tells me you've evaluated Ibüümerang for even less than that. And that's because of the little guy on your left shoulder. So here's what we're going to do today. I want every single one of you, and we can see some of you, we can't see the rest of you. I want you to tap your right shoulder, because that is the person here. Tap this right shoulder. That is the person you're going to listen to from today onwards for the next 18 months. Because today we press the reset button and we go all out for the next 18 months. But allow me to share a fact with you. Sad, but real. Sad, but truthful. You didn't find Ibüümerang. I didn't find Ibüümerang. Ibüümerang found us. Ibüümerang found us because we were looking. We were looking for something to create a certain type of increase in our life, which is why you wanted it so much. You wished for it so much. It found you. It found you. You see, this opportunity is the same for Mr. Edwin Haynes as it is for you. It's the same for our Black Diamond, Mr. Johnny Wimbre, as it is for you. It's the same for all our elite Blue Diamonds and my fellow diamonds as it is for you. Some of you will sit there and say, oh no, but he has more experience. Or he has a team, he's been doing this for a long time. You know, going back to when I started, for those 4.5 months, it wasn't my lack of experience. It was the fact that I was not coachable. I was full of excuses. I will find an excuse, a problem in a solution, rather than finding a solution to the problems. I was willing to go at great lengths to find something that's wrong in everything that they would do or they would say that they were doing. That was me. I couldn't wait to find a reason to say it does not work. That was subconsciously. But that's how I was built. I was listening to my left shoulder. I was listening to my left shoulder. And today, I want to share this with you because someone helped me. And that couldn't have come at a better time. And carrying on, you see, when I realized 4.5 months into the business that it wasn't working for me, I was that close, maybe even that close to giving up. So if any of you here, you're on this call, you're that close to giving up, or you know someone who's not on this call because they're that close to giving up, tag them onto this call. Because here's what happened to me. Here's what happened to the guy, first time in network marketing, 4.5 months, coming from a business background, not able to have one person in their team. And here's what changed. Someone tricked me and took me to an event. Someone tricked me and took me to an event with thousands of people. And I was angry. I was sitting right at the back in the corner thinking, what am I doing here? This does not work. I've tried it. 4.5 months. I've given it 4.5 months of my life. I wasn't thinking then that, hold on a second, you've studied for 15 to 18 years for a job. And when you got the job, you lost it. They got rid of you. And you realize that that world of working for someone for 40 years to retire on 40% of what you were earning just doesn't work. You did that for 18 years of studies. And 4.5 months, you already want the results? You want to see the results in a new industry, in a new venture in 4.5 months? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? And at that event, it was an awakening for me, because the first thing I understood about network marketing was do what you've always been done and get paid for it. Do what you've always done and get paid for it. And the second thing I understood, you don't just come and have success overnight. You don't. No one did. No one did, because even the likes of Mr. Holton Buggs, who for the first 7 years never got a check of more than $500 in any month. Now, and I can guarantee you, look at all your elite diamonds, your emeralds, everyone. In their first attempt, it took them time. But here's the brilliant thing that you have. You have an opportunity to compress timeframes. You have an incredible opportunity to compress time frame. And it's an opportunity for me too that I've been leveraging and I'm using every single week with Ibüümerang, because in my previous venture, I did not have this. You see, you have the likes of Mr. Holton Buggs. You have the likes of Mr. Edwin Haynes, Mr. Johnny Wimbrey, our elite blue diamonds, our diamonds, who helps you compress time frame, because they come on calls like this. Every single week, we have multiple training calls that they come on here and tell you everything that they did wrong. So you can compress time frame and go and make sure you stop doing what you're doing wrong. You don't need to go and do things for 7 years to learn what Mr. Holton Buggs learned, because he's here teaching us about it. He's here teaching us about it so that we don't repeat the mistakes he did. The same goes for Mr. Edwin Haynes. The same goes for all our elite diamonds. But the question is, are you staying plugged in? Are you staying plugged in to flight school? Are you staying plugged into the presentation, to the training, to the morning inspiration call? Because if you're not staying plugged in, how are you going to stop making the mistakes and start doing the right things? You see, I wished Mr. Holton Buggs, Ibüümerang, and the corporate here, everything they do, I wish that came earlier in my life. I wish for that. But I also know it came to me at the perfect time, because if it came to me earlier, I remember the first call I had with Mr. Halton Buggs in September 2018, October 2018. And the first time I met Mr. Buggs in November 2018, as he was getting everything prepared, he was putting things into, taking ideas and putting them in together and trying to change and chop. It wasn't the right time for me. It wasn't, because I was listening, I was interested, I was intrigued. I was like, yeah, okay, because I was complacent in what I was doing. And guess what? Like I said, the time will come. Your time is coming. It just has to be at the right time. But you have the opportunity to give it the best chance by compressing time frames and learning and learning and learning. You see, don't expect to build it in a few months. 18 months is the minimum to build your original pipeline. And for any of you who's been here for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, forget about that. We start today. We start today and we make a commitment for the next 18 months. And like Mr. Johnny Wimbre likes to say, you have to stay committed to that commitment. In January 2019, in the first week, something drastic happened in the organization where I was. And I was very complacent, making very, very good money. And just because of that, I couldn't see how much more money I could make. I couldn't see how much more money I could make. And when that happened, a week and a half later, I flew to Dubai to go on a personal development course that was going to help me improve myself, grow, increase, but at the same time to take my mind off this challenge that just happened, that just took our income from here to here. And on top of that, put everything we had ever worked for in doubt. And I remember on my second day of a 10-day course, they talked about rewriting your goals, how to write your goals, and how to focus on it so that you're listening to this gentleman here on your right shoulder. How, anytime you have something to do and you say, I will do it tomorrow, you tap your right shoulder, you say, hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. There's something happening here. He's taking over. How, when you start procrastinating, you start fearing, you start doubting, you wake up your right self, not just because it's on the right, because it's the right one to follow. And I remember, like I said, that's why I said to you, Ibüümerang found us. We didn't find Ibüümerang. I remember coming back to my hotel room that day, that evening in Dubai, and I wrote my goals again. I rewrote my goals. And I knew I needed to increase. I knew I needed to find something new, something different. And I get a message from Mr. Halton Buggs, a message I can never forget, that I would always remember every single word for word. Because you know why? I was on that personal development course that taught me so much. It taught me to tap my right shoulder. But guess what? When I was writing my goals, I was listening to the left shoulder. I was listening to the left shoulder because I wrote my goals in such a way that it was just a little bit more than what I wanted before. I thought I was expanding myself. I was growing. I was growing my goal, my vision, my focus. And that text from Mr. Halton Buggs was like a slap on this side for me to turn onto this side and tap this shoulder, because I realized at that moment that I was thinking too small, that I was thinking about myself, not other people. I was making it too much about me, and I. And at that moment, things changed. That moment, things changed. I remember getting on a call the next day with Mr. Halton Buggs and my business partner, who I want to give a massive shout out to. He's my brother, he's my business partner, because if it wasn't for him, wishing in the first place. I remember in our previous company, he kept saying to me, man, if we ever get the chance to work with Mr. Halton Bucks, things are going to change. And he kept saying that to me and kept saying that to me. And at that point, I didn't understand why. We were doing great. But he wished for it so much that it happened. And I remember getting on that call, and there were certain things that I liked, certain things that he liked, and we had to discuss. And if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be here today. So I want to give a massive shout out to Mr. David Hunt, our diamond, my business partner, my brother, who's a great, great asset to our organization, to this business. So thank you, David. We got on a call with Mr. Halton Bucks, and we went to and fro. We were texting during the call. Sorry, Mr. Bugs. You know what? We were texting during the call because we were so excited. So we may have missed a little bit of things that Mr. Bugs was talking about, but I think the first few sentences excited us so much that we started texting each other. But here's the thing. That excitement, after a few days, finished my course, flying back from Dubai, life takes over. Life takes over. You see, your missus is calling you saying, oh, you haven't called me in 2 days with the time difference. You're in a personal development course where there's no time to finish. You have to finish your exercise successfully for you to be able to become a coach. And until then, you don't go back to your hotel. And you have an argument with your partner or your missus. Or you come to the car park and you have a flat tire. Or you get home and you see some bills which are unpaid. Well, now we have Bill Genius. We have Bill Genius. So it's a bit different. But at that time, there was no Bill Genius. And that excitement leaves you. And that's the time you need to make sure the minute you feel that you're not excited anymore about what you're doing, guess what you do? You tap your right shoulder. You wake up that gentleman. He's the guy who's going to keep your focus and take you to where you want to be. Because as I said earlier, anything you've ever wished for, anything you've ever dreamt of, you've ever really, truly wanted, you were given the power, the belief, and the permission from up there to be able to think of that, because you already have inside of you everything it takes to get it. But you know what else you have inside of you? You have everything inside of you to sabotage it all. Through procrastination, through doubt, through fear. You have it both. The question is, which shoulder you're going to follow? You know, and I said to you, for me, it all started at an event. We've got Go Diamond coming up in Cancun. You say you're committed? You're committed? With the number of people in this call, it should be sold out. It should be sold out already. So if you're not booked in for Cancun, you're listening to your left shoulder. You're listening to your left shoulder. And then you're going to say, this doesn't work. I've tried it. Did you really try it? But if you did, that's exactly what you did. You just tried it. You never worked for it. You see, and that reminds me of something. You know, everyone wants to win the lottery. Some people even pray, God, please make me win the jackpot tonight. Please make me win the lottery tomorrow. Ask every single one of those person, how many of them actually played the lottery for tomorrow? I remember walking into a room of thousands of people and someone did this exercise. I'm going to share this with you. I remember right at the start, he said, everyone, the lottery jackpot for whatever day was about 40 million. The next lottery jackpot was 40 million euros. I'm talking euros because that was in Europe here. He says, everyone who would like to win this tomorrow, please stand up. And literally the whole room stood up. The whole room stood up. And then his next question shocked me. It shocked me not just because of the people around me, because I was one of them who wanted to win the lottery. And when he asked the next question, he said, If you have played the lottery, stay standing. Otherwise, please sit down. Guess what? Guess what? 90% of the room sat down. 90% of the room sat down. So 90% of the room wants to win the lottery, but they haven't even played the lottery. That's exactly like those of you who are trying. And I used to be one of those. So I put my hands up and I share this with you because I know just like me, you can turn it around. You can turn it around because you, every single one of you on this call, you're a diamond. You're a diamond in the rough. To become diamond, for it to show an update on your back office as diamond, here's what you need to do. You need to start acting as a diamond. You need to start believing as a diamond. You need to start working as a diamond, and you need to start having the posture of a diamond. And you can only have the posture of a diamond if you're tapping your right shoulder, if that is the gentleman you're listening to. And that involves staying plugged in, 18 months, whatever. You know, you can find a solution out of every problem. I heard it all. Build Genius launch. I think it's one of the most incredible concepts I've ever heard. Guess what? Some people find a problem in the solution. They came and said, yeah, but it's only in the US. I don't live in the US. I said, great. There's two things you can do. You can find someone in the US and work for it and find 2 and find 3 and find 5 and find 10, or you can sit down and cry. But you can go and get to work and get it done. But here's something else you can do. I said, how about this? How about you look at Zens, okay? You look at Zens. You want to have a discount on your bills. You wish it was here in the UK? No problem. Let me give you a solution. I said, how much is your mobile bill? And he goes, he pays about $45. It's about 33, 34 pounds, $45. I said, here's what you do. Right now, based on and this may change, so disclaimer, don't take any figures I'm saying for granted. And, you know, everything is subject to the disclaimer that T. Gray shared with us earlier. I said, how about you do this? Your bill is $45. And you're saying, oh, Bill Genius is not in the UK. I wish it was in the UK. It's just for US. We're seeing people having, you know, 5%, 10%, 20% discount, whatever it may be on their bill. I said, how would you like 100% discount on your bill? He goes, huh? What do you mean? He goes, but we don't have Bill Genius here. I say, well, we do. He goes, how? I go, let's take Zens, which I'm wearing, by the way, brilliant. I love it. I say, let's take Zens. How many boxes of Zens do you need to sell? Based on the current wholesale and retail value that we see, there's a $5 difference, right? So if you sold 9 boxes of Zens, technically that pays for your bill, right? I said, here's what I want you to do. Have you ordered your Zens? Yes, brilliant. I want you to order some Post-its. And he looked at me, he was like, Post-its? What do you mean? I said, I want you to order some Post-its because here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take those 9 boxes of Zens and you're gonna put them together. And you're gonna take a Post-it and put it on those 9 boxes and you were gonna say, my phone bill. You're going to say my phone bill because if you sell those 9 boxes, your phone bill is paid for. Why are you crying over not getting 10% discount when you can get it for free? If you want to find a solution, right shoulder. You see the left shoulder says, I'll wait for when we have something like that in our region. It's only in the US, you know, I don't think I can carry on doing this because I don't know anyone in the US. I've got 5,000 people on my Facebook and 100 of them from the US. I don't even know, but I don't know anyone in the US. You see, that's the left shoulder talking. That's the left shoulder talking. You see, the right shoulder will teach you to find a solution. And this relates to parenting. I want to talk about parenting for a second because, and to all parents out there and to all those who are not parents yet, think about how your parents brought you up. When you first tried to stand up, when you first tried to walk and you fell down, Do you think your parent or you to your children said, oh, no, stay down, keep crawling, keep lying down, don't try and walk because you fell down? That's the left shoulder. But no, parenting says, oh, you hold their hands, try again. You video, you get your video, oh, come on, you're gonna do it now, try again. They fall down. Try again, they fall down. Try again, they fall down. Try again, try again, try again, try again until you get it. You see, that is exactly how you're meant to treat this business. Don't focus on the problems. Don't focus on the failures. The failures are just making you stronger. They're just teaching you a lesson that you need to learn before your back office can update to Diamond. It's just prepping you to have the posture of a diamond, because if you cannot face failures, you can't get to Diamond. And I'm going to finish on one note. I'm going to just sum up the important thing that your right shoulder is going to teach you. First of all, do not ever miss an event you qualify to attend. So Go Diamond in Cancun. We hope to see you. Should be there. Build your business 18 months at a time, fully committed. Don't look at the results. Focus on the work. Focus on the work and the results will come. Don't go on your back office every Monday, every day, every half an hour to see, oh, is the volume increased? Is there any new person in my business? Go and get that new person yourself. Focus on the work. Now, here's a question for you all. While I go through this, I want you to put in the chat how many people you're personally going to enroll this month. We've got some incredible bonuses. Mr. Holtenbugs, thank you. You are just unbelievable. This company's philosophy of giving and giving and giving never ceases to surprise me. So go and put, how many of you are going to hit those bonuses? How many people you intend to sponsor this month? I want to see it in the chat. Let's go and light up the chat. Let's show the corporate. Let's show Mr. Bugs that we're going to make HB pay. Let's show how many people you're going to sponsor, because I'm going to give you a tip on that. If you really want to sponsor those numbers, I'm going to give you a tip that's going to make it that much easier. That much easier. But here's the thing. Are you going to make that commitment for 18 months and stay the course so that you can build that pipeline? Are you going to stay plugged in to every call that you can be, live or on replay? And are you going to work? See, this is one of the other massive mistake that I made. I used to treat my business in network marketing as me, and me. What I also mean by that is I wouldn't work with other teams. I wouldn't work with Crossline. I would not ask them, what is it that you're doing that is working for you? A question which you should ask everyone you meet. Not just in Ibüümerang, in any industry, in any network marketing company. If I meet a friend who's in a different company who's having success, whether there's more success than me or less, my question to them is always the same. What is it that you're doing that's working for you? You see, it's got to be about the team, not my team. Here, our team, I think I would proudly say that we work like a family, because everyone, it doesn't matter whether they're in our downline, in our upline, in our crossline, we work as a team. Ibüümerang is one family, one team. There's no 5 teams, 10 teams, there isn't. Right? I see the chat. I think the chat is lighting up. I want to see more. I want to see, is that all of you? One person. I'm not seeing enough people who are saying they're going to sponsor enough people here. Let's show how many you're going to sponsor, because here's what I want you to do. Have you ever felt when you spoke to someone and they said no, and your second person and they said no, and your third person and they said no, and you start feeling that your energy level, your belief starts shifting to Mr. Left Shoulder and start going down, 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 down. Every no puts you back. Every no puts you back. Every no puts you back. Here's what I want you to do. Whatever numbers I've seen some incredible numbers there. Mr. Buggs, if you're watching, I think you are going to be paying a lot of money out on the go-getter bonus. I'm seeing people saying 20, 30, 60. I'm seeing all 5, 6 to 10, 20, 10, 5. Fantastic. This bonus, I think it's going to hit a record in Ibüümerang of how much is paid out. And let's make that happen. Let's break yet another record in history. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you a simple tip to close off this call, so that rather than every time someone says no to you, instead of your energy going down, 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 your energy, your belief goes up. Your energy goes up every time someone says no to you. This is what I want you to do. I want you to take the number of people you said you're going to sponsor this month. I want you to multiply that by at least 10. If your number is less than 5 people, 5 or less that you want to sponsor, multiply it by 20. If your number is already 6 or above, multiply it by 10. Now that's your target. What I mean is, that's your target of how many people you need to make sure says no to you this month. So if you have 20, you want to sponsor 20 people, brilliant. Multiply by 10. You need to find 200 people to say no to you. Here's what happened. When your target is the number of no's rather than the number of yes, you show the plan to your first 2 people and they both say no. Guess what? You go, yes. Why? Because every no takes you closer to the yes. When you're focused on the yes, every no puts you down, When you're focused on the no's, every time someone says no to you, you're closer to a yes. You're closer to a yes because you are working for the no's. You're working for the no's. And when you start focusing your energy on finding 200 people or 50 people, whatever it may be for your calculation, to say no to you, you wait and watch. You wait and watch the results. Watch Mr. Buggs pay out like never before. So this is what we want you guys to do. This company's philosophy is all based on giving. If you've got value from here today, we don't need any thank you. That's our duty. It's humbling to be here at your service today. And the same goes for Mark and Tigray every Saturday and all the leadership and Mr. Buggs. We do this. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. But if you got any value from this today, let's start this reset button, this 18 months commitment by way of giving. Let's fly some stars and let's go and feed some children. Let's see in the chat. Let's see some stars come through. Let's go and start this off. Let's start this reset, this 18 months commitment on a gesture of goodwill. Let's go and feed some children who needs it way more than us. Let's go and do that. And massive shout out to everyone who was recognized today. Massive shout out to everyone who's sending stars. I know there's a lot that's going to come. I see some coming already. I see Sam Bean. Thank you. Learning so much from you, my brother. You are simply incredible. Leading from the front, sending stars straight away. Let's go and feed some children and let's go and rock our business by working with Mr. and Mrs. on the right shoulder for the next 18 months. And you see the magic happen. So with that, I want to thank every single one of you for listening, for being here. This was Avinash Nagamah, Diamond Ambassador from London, United Kingdom. I am going to hand it back to Tigray and Mark, I think, although I'm a bit sad that I got my Zens. So I've got the 3 different glows, but I didn't get the orange t-shirt. So I don't have an orange glow. I'm a bit jealous of that. Guys, thank you very much. Over to you. Always appreciate what you guys do.
Mr. Nagamah, you don't need the orange t-shirt. You lit up the world today. The Ibüümerang family. And that's one thing I just wanted to point out. Thank you for calling it a family. And it is. It really is. Thank you so much. Great training.
Yeah, Avi. I mean, you really lit the world on fire today. You blessed us. And all of our right shoulders are hot right now. It's all fire right here with the good stuff coming in our ears. So thank you. That was an amazing training.
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all I got. And you know, the last thing we always say is thank you so much for all the things that you do, but also we love you.
We love you guys. Absolutely rock this thing. Project 10K is in full effect. Let's go accelerate our businesses. Boom.
Accelerate, 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 yeah. Accelerate, 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 yeah. Foot on the gas and I'm going fast. I accelerated, 200 and it's on the dash. I accelerated, always first, never coming last. I accelerated, take flight, yeah, first class. I accelerated, yeah, I accelerated. I'm going fast now. You know they don't want these. I feel like a cash cow. Stack it up. I put all my money in Teslas. They tryna catch up, it ain't fast enough. We the winners, it's unanimous. I threw a boomerang and hopped on a plane when somewhere it never rains. Yeah, we breaking records like every day, and you know it'll never change. I'm swerving on in my own lane with ice water in my veins. And we built a team so strong, yeah, you know we gotta maintain. Yeah, wait. Accelerate, 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 yeah. Accelerate, 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 yeah. Foot on the gas and I'm going fast. I accelerated, 200 and it's on the dash. I accelerated, always first, never coming last. I accelerated, take flight, yeah, first class. I accelerated,
yeah. You know I accelerate. Every day I gotta celebrate, and you know I had to elevate. Every morning gotta meditate. All this paper that I'm finna make, feel like Jordan cause I bought a day. $1 million, yeah, it's on the way. I'ma be the one they nominate. Every day feel like a holiday. I ain't playing, I'ma get it. I don't want my car to be rented, and I want my windows tinted. I just wanna be independent, feeling like the lieutenant. Money man in the system, and you know I'm finna get it.
Accelerate, 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 yeah. Accelerate, 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 yeah. Foot on the gas and I'm going fast. I accelerated, 200 and it's on the dash. I accelerated, always first, never coming last. I accelerated, take flight, yeah, first class. I accelerated.